I think you should do the intro, just because
All right.
I appreciate you a lot as a person.
Thank you, Emilio. I appreciate that. All right. I feel like there's some
Psych.
string attached
Hey,
to
what's
this.
up,
Yeah, I thought
everybody?
there was
Welcome.
some string attached to this. Gosh damn it.
I was just kidding, Ryan. Go ahead.
All right, fine, sure. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Trash Talk Podcast with me, Ryan, and of course, Emilio. This, guys, is the last episode of Trash Talk for season
Forever.
4. Yes. Oh, we already used that bit, though, like 4 episodes ago, though. Like when we went on the one break. We already said that was the last episode, and we've made 5 episodes since then. So, can't really say that this time.
So, guys, we're doing something pretty epic, one might say. Basically, we're filming 2 videos back to back.
Yep.
That's why I'm wearing a suit. If you want to find out why I'm wearing a suit, well, I mean, I already taken off the tie because it's like a lot. Basically, we just filmed the biggest video of the year.
Yeah, it's a video where Emilio actually films himself breaking into someone's house and stealing that suit. So that'll be a really epic video.
It's called Lost in Translation 2021. Check it out.
He calls it Lost in Translation because the guy was swearing at him in Russian while he was stealing the suit.
I understood. Thank you. Take the suit from me. Turns out they weren't saying that.
Hitting him with a baseball bat doesn't constitute thanking you for stealing his suit.
I don't know, dude. It's a different culture. How would you know? So, yeah, guys, it's very sad. This year, 2021, what an amazing year. Is coming to an end.
But it was a great year for the podcast, guys. This is the season we've done over the past several years that has resulted in the most amount of episodes. It's definitely been one where we've had a diverse amount of episodes for sure, different topics and bits and whatnot here. So it's been a pretty eventful year for the podcast and the audience.
Yes,
I think this is the year where the podcast has grown the most. I think from what we've talked about too, like an audience anyway.
I'm just writing down something I have to say at the end of the show. Yeah, very much, Ryan. Good.
Yeah.
Good. What an amazing observation. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Today we're just gonna go month by month, pointing down our not necessarily our favorite moments from the year, but definitely moments from the year.
Emilio might have that. I actually did something different this year, guys. So I'm gonna be honest. Last year when we did this, when we counted down month by month, I BS'd like half those months because I didn't have anything interesting, and I didn't want to do that again this year. So I want to talk with Emilio about the interesting moments that he found, but I wanted to do something a little different for my segment of this for the podcast. I kind of wanted to reflect back with Emilio on this season, because this season a lot of stuff has happened and changed for the podcast, and it's kind of a good idea sometimes to like look back on like how the podcast has kind of evolved. It's kind of what I wanted to get into. That's kind of me.
All right. So we can leave that for the end. So we're going to do the year thing. We're going to do the trash talk play that we do at the end of the season.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention too, though, one notable event I do want to mention, guys, great accomplishment for me, is that at the time we're filming this podcast,
Oops, we'll never know till the end. Stay tuned and you'll find out.
Fine. We'll talk about this achievement then at the end. Fine. Well, we'll save it till then. That was a real bit too.
then we'll go and do the reflecting about the year shit. And lastly, we'll reveal the new Trash Talk logo.
Oh my gosh, guys. I'm not going to spoil anything because you guys are going to have... Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you this too, but I'll save that here. You guys, when you see the logo, just note, I am not as old as what I appear in it. I swear.
I think you look actually very good. I think you was famous.
I mean, I look pretty accurate, but I look like I'm like in my 50s.
Well, that's how you look.
I'm in my early 20s. So I wanted to ask you too, what happened to the video version of the last episode we ended up doing? I noticed it was gone.
I privated it.
I was gonna say, what was you don't have to lead this in, but what was the reason for that?
Because remember how? No, I'm gonna leave it in. Because remember in that episode we discussed my epic night out where I get kicked out of 2 houses?
Yeah.
And then I say I had to take class with a professor I didn't like because of some reasons.
Yeah.
I didn't
cut that out. You left that bit in, didn't you?
Yeah, I left it in. I don't give a shit. Like, if they want to kick me out because I said that, I mean, I think it's pretty self-incriminating.
I mean,
So
fair enough. I think that might be in the audio because I listened to parts of the podcast to make sure it sounded all right. I think that bit's still actually in the episode.
yeah, it's still
Like,
in the on
okay.
Spotify. But
All right, I wasn't sure if you were aware of that or not. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, Emilio's referring to the bit where his teacher came out as a furry during one of his class streams. So, his university has a very no furry policy. So, Emilio might go down for this, but we'll have to see. On the plus side, you got a good Santa uniform out of it.
okay, guys. So which is the first month of the year? I always get this confused. I was hoping you could tell me.
Sure, it's let's see, it's Suave Skin Lotion month. It's Suave month.
So, guys, next season there will not be any lotion jokes. Hopefully by then, Ryan,
That means I gotta get it out
we'll
now.
have finished
So,
that bottle. Uh,
fine. No, the month is January, Emilio, in case you didn't know.
Thank you. So I have written down the January 6th thing where a bunch of people raided the Capitol.
I love looking back on that event. That was a great moment in history.
Trump got banned on Twitter.
That was momentous.
Biden became president, and
That was also
GameStop stock was ruling the world.
Yeah, ruling the world. It's now rolling probably a landfill somewhere because they've closed like over 200 stores in the past several months in like the United States alone. Like it crashed bad.
Well, what happened to you in January?
I breathed. I ate some food.
I didn't
drank
do
water
that month. Actually,
I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, again, I don't want to bullshit this, but I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, like, this is not really anything notable that happened to me in January, to be honest.
What about February?
School happened. I worked on it.
The podcast returned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point too. Podcast returned. Like I said, I figure you probably have a bit better idea of notable things that happened to you during certain months. Because for me, notable events that happened are mostly like either personal events or, usual
I
stuff.
just want to call out Ryan. So at the beginning of the season, he had a rant about how cancel culture is the most destructive thing ever.
Oh my god!
And celebrities get destroyed.
Did you
by
mark
this
down on your list?
Yeah. Hold on. But this year saw the return of David Dobrik and Shane Dawson after being canceled. Proving that cancel culture is complete bullshit and it's completely situational.
All I said was my entire point was that I didn't like cancel culture, okay? And by the way, that David Dobrik bit you could have brought up and talked to me about. You even mentioned in the solo episode you did with episode 5 of this season. I didn't bring this up to Ryan because I'm an idiot, so I would have had some good takes on that, but I mean, it was a shitty situation no matter how you slice it.
There was also a coup in Myanmar.
This part, I actually didn't know that.
So it's like very messy, but there's this viral clip of this like fitness YouTuber, and they're like live streaming at a park their routine, and you can see like tanks in the background driving towards like the main government building. It's kind of fucked up.
The Paul brothers.
The Paul brothers back at it again. Another Marca, he fought one of the biggest YouTubers in Mexico. You guys remember that? That was so funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, he didn't get to talk to anyone though, from what I remember from that conversation. Like, holy shit.
He didn't even know what to say. He just said random crap.
Like random stuff in there. It's like, well, might as well get the most of it before I get kicked out anyway.
Yeah. And the Super Bowl, I have to give it up to Ryan. He called it that Tampa would win the Super Bowl.
I brought up to Emilio, I remember. It was like a few months after we did the episode. I was like, dude, I just realized looking back on that podcast episode, I called in a joke who was going to win. And his words, quote unquote, almost were, don't give yourself too much credit on this one, buddy. That could have happened to anybody.
I mean, yeah, because they do have Tom Brady and Gronkowski and a bunch of other
But
big
come on,
players.
though, it was like a one-off joke. At least they got a
Yeah,
little bit of credit for
I
that. I
mean,
didn't even honestly expect that. It was just a joke. I was like, holy shit.
yeah. To be real, I also didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tampa Bay. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you buy a bunch of teams, a bunch of good players, that doesn't make your team immediately good. Like they still
No,
have to form some sort of synergy. But I thought they were gonna have like a good season. I didn't even see them making it all the way to the Super Bowl. But
no, honestly, I didn't expect it. Tom Brady, like a notable quarterback, being sent to a different team, that was a big deal earlier in the year. But my gosh, I don't think anyone really expected him to do that well with a team outside of the Patriots,
yeah.
honestly.
So March, that's when the Snyder Cut came out.
Yeah. Did you? So, have you pirated it yet?
Nah, I
Uh,
have HBO Max now, and I still haven't watched it.
yeah. To be honest, that you really don't need to at this point. And good thing Cole's not around for this because I don't know what they would have to say about that. So,
Yeah. Did you watch it finally, the Snyder Cut?
Snyder Cut. I can't say I've watched the full movie, but I have a good enough grasp of it online. Look, I know you can download HBO Max, but I'm going to be honest. There's not enough movies on HBO Max that I'm currently interested in to
Whoa. What
justify
about
an
Space
account.
Jam?
Oh yeah, I love Space Jam. Yeah, that was a great movie this year. Yeah, I would totally pay for that one. No, I mean I agree with Emilio on this one too. Like back then it was a meme. Me and Cole were harassing him in the one episode we did when Cole was on about watching it. I'm gonna be honest, I do agree with Emilio though for real that it's an okay film. It's nothing. It's better than the original, but it's not super amazing either. You know.
What about April? Do you have anything interesting happen to you in April?
Ah. I'm trying to think here. That was around the time my semester was starting to wind down around that time, actually, back in April. I was getting ready to transition to my last semester of school, actually, which that'll tie into an announcement at the end, which I was very nicely cock blocked for.
Ryan got kicked out of school. Oh shit.
That's you spoiled it early, Emilio. And you tell me not to spoil anything. Wow.
I have the Super League, which was a bunch of the best soccer teams were gonna break away from the major tournaments and form their own sort of NFL type league format. And everyone got super mad.
Was that the team that was suing Disney or something?
No, that's a different team.
Oh, okay.
These were European teams, and this team was from Mexico. But their parent company won the league this year, so they were saying that the championship bonus was gonna go to paying Disney.
My God, that'd be great though.
I finally won a game of Kahoot in my French class.
I have played Kahoot so many times in college, and I have never won a game.
It's hard, dude.
Once. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I've used it mostly in like my education classes, psychology class, history class, but I have never won in any subject, no matter what it's been over the past several years. It never happened once.
The Oscars also happened, and Nomadland won Best Picture.
Kind of Golden Raspberry Awards.
No, actually, fun fact: Nomadland was directed by the same person that directed Eternals. So,
really,
yeah.
Which one was the better movie?
I'm gonna go with, like, I didn't dislike both of them. I think they're. I think both of them have. So here's the thing. Nomadland visually is very cool. They really went all out with the cinematography. With the story, they didn't give us much. And with Eternals, they really went and made a movie.
They definitely made a movie.
And also, spring break happened, everybody. Woo! And that's when I filmed the Roommate Show.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the Roommate Show. I mean, that's the appropriate name for it. Not. I want to see if I pronounce this right. New Vale Nada.
No.
No vale
No.
nada.
Yeah.
No
All right.
vale nada. Okay. AKA the
Yeah.
roommate show. He's 50 beer.
May, the Israel Palestine shit happened. Ooh.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I've made it super obvious on which side I stand on this issue. The thing is, I'm not such a big fan of discussing it because it always goes, no matter what. Some people always boil it down to like anti-Semitism or Islamophobia.
So basically, it doesn't matter what stance you have, you're wrong no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
But I am pro-Palestine. If I have to be unambiguous about it.
If unambiguous, that's the word.
The Champions League final happened. Chelsea won against Manchester City. Big surprise. Atleti, the jersey I wore the other day that Ryan says looks like an ice cream salesman.
The ice cream jersey.
They won the league finally. I think it was like 7 years without winning it. And a team from Mexico, Cruz Azul, they won the league after 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
So it all came down to the final game, and they did it. They broke the curse. So
I can't believe it. They done did it, guys. I mean, I will say this too. For those of you who don't get the reference, by the way, too, if for some reason you're new to the podcast on the last episode of season 4, going into a new season, the ice cream jersey thing came from an episode Amelia and I did months ago. He showed it to me in like the video version, which is dead now, pretty much.
Yep.
But, oh yeah, by the way, for those of you guys who didn't know too, by the way, side note, the videos are no longer going to be up on YouTube.
Season 5 will have no videos. Maybe the end of the year one will have a video, but
maybe, yeah. But the ice cream jersey thing, Amelia showed it to me, and it was a joke based off of, in the United States, at least back in like the 40s and 50s, like around World War II, that's the kind of uniform like ice cream like vendors would wear.
Yeah.
Except it wouldn't be with pants; it would be like a striped shirt, yes, and like the cap,
red stripes and
yeah,
white
that
shirt,
actually
red stripes,
yeah, that's a real ice cream vendor like uniform.
So June, did anything happen to you in June?
Summer break started the month before.
Hell
I got up with some wild activities. The Trash Talk podcast.
Other thing that happened, the NBA Finals happened. The Milwaukee Bucks won after 50 years without winning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The great event of June. I'm sorry. Space Jam 2, I think, released that.
Oh, yeah. Space Jam 2.
That's my favorite moment of June. Wow.
I am just sick and tired of people saying that Space Jam 2 doesn't live up to Space Jam 1. Guys,
it doesn't matter.
They both suck. Grow the fuck up.
The second one I'm not a fan of. It's an okay, bland film. The first one, I haven't watched it in a long time. From what I remember, it was okay. I mean, good enough.
Italy won the European Championship after 53 years. Argentina won the South American Cup, or the Copa America, after like 20 years. So it was a year of breaking bad streaks. The elections in Mexico happened. As you guys know, I worked the polls. I was counting votes.
He was a stripper during the time of the election.
We did that joke on the episode where we talked about it. Fuck elections. I am now pro-authoritarianism. It's hard as hell counting ballots.
The Mexican government's going to be watching this, be like, are you actually going to commit election fraud? Fuck you. Yes, I am. Next year, you can't stop me. I was an aide.
And one of the major reasons we're stopping the videos of this show is because the episode where we talked about it, I titled it "Committing Election Fraud."
Yeah, which was like a joke title, but then again, YouTube picked up on it. They thought it was giving fraudulent information about the United States election, which was somewhat recent at that time, and somehow YouTube's system took the video down for false information, whatever. So that's a factor, but I think the main factor for it is just the audience for Trash Talk, they listen to the audio. They don't watch the video. You guys don't watch the videos, which is fine. You know, it's understandable. You know, the audio is probably better. You guys didn't get to see the shirtless episode. That one was the shirtless episode, by the way, too. The one that was taken on YouTube. I
told Ryan, I'm taking off a piece of clothing for every vote I falsified. So, you know.
Here's the problem, though. He falsified one and only took off his glasses for the episode. I got cheated.
July, the Olympics happened.
Yeah, Olympics. They break cardboard beds breaking.
No, that turns
Russian
out we got duped.
TV.
Um,
Oh, did they not
but
actually break? Oh,
it, Mexico only won bronze medals, so kind of disappointing. But
yeah. I,
whatever.
I can't speak toward that. I don't live in Mexico, but I mean,
The United States, I think they did okay. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, I think they did okay. In comparison, he's like Mexico bronze, United States did okay.
What about August, Ryan? Did anything happen in August other
In
than my
August,
birthday?
oh yeah, that's right. Emilio turned what, 19?
Yes.
Okay, so I was correct.
Turning 20 next year, baby.
20, yeah. I mean, we can't do the legal joke because you're 19 now and you're way over the legal age now. But I'm trying to in August. Yeah, school started back up for me again, actually. So it started up at the end of August. Most colleges that I'm aware of, for some universities that I'm aware of, they can run till like early September, and some can start up like the third week of August or so. Mine started, I think, the last week. So
Yeah,
I had like
mine too.
Yeah, I don't know when yours actually started, like your summer break. Mine started the second week of May, actually. So 3.5 months instead of 3.
I think we started in July.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, that's only like half the time.
Yeah, but we started in late August, so.
Okay. Even so.
So, sports news. We talked about this. I tried explaining to Ryan, Messi and Ronaldo leaving their teams.
Yeah.
So, he did leave to Paris. He rejected to join the trash talk soccer bad boys.
The Ryansville Trash Talkers, as we
remember. That's our NFL franchise.
Oh, shit. Well, he can convert to NFL. I mean, to the NFL.
The Paralympics happened, and I discovered the world's best sport, wheelchair rugby. Holy shit.
The world's best sport, you say?
Yeah.
Lovely. Ooh, wheelchair rugby. Fun fact about wheelchair rugby, I actually invented it, but it's not for the reason you think.
Okay. Afghanistan happened. Remember that?
Yeah. Kinda?
Yeah.
I actually can't say I'm fully aware of
what the frick, Ryan? The U.S. really dropped the ball there, huh?
I don't make up the whole United States, believe it or not.
Are you like the president?
Of Ryansville, but that's not even close to the United States.
I really have to talk to Kanye about this. He really messed up.
Look, Kanye, if he wouldn't ban me from proms like we talked about earlier in the year, I mean, oh man, that's another thing. We went over my epic prom story in like July.
Which is one of the most listened to episodes.
I mean, people why you guys wanted to hear about my terrible prom experience? Why?
Ryan, I need you to dig up more embarrassing stories from high school.
I'd rather not. There are more that I've never talked about here on this podcast, but I don't know if I will.
Do it.
Mo, you save that for season 5.
I finally got my vaccine. I got AstraZeneca, gang.
Yeah.
Do you remember 21st night September? That's when
got copyright striked.
These soccer players got deported in the middle of a game
for not following pandemic regulations when they went to the game. Yeah, I remember that one. That was an epic story.
My team, Leon, finally won their first international trophy, the Leagues Cup.
Oh man!
Everybody would say that it doesn't count, and they're right. It doesn't count.
I mean, they are right. It definitely doesn't count. I don't even know the context, and I'm like, if it's a team Emilio supports, nope.
October, yes, we can talk about. I think that's when the Aaron Rodgers shit went down.
So in reference to the earlier comment, we discovered that Emilio's favorite football team has an anti-vaxxer as the lead quarterback, aka Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been like 2 months. I don't think he's vaccinated yet, is he?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think you can celebrate winning the Super Bowl if you're vaccinated. So
yeah, I was gonna say that's if the Packers win the Super Bowl. But
so okay, I'm gonna get serious on this because it angers me a lot.
Oh, here we. Okay, serious spotlight. Let's do this.
Serious spotlight. It's a fucking disgrace that he won't get the vaccine, being in the position that he is in, and it's also a fucking disgrace by a part of the NFL that when a black player refuses to get the vaccine, they get suspended from the league and a fine. Whereas Aaron Rodgers, he got dragged on social media, but he only got a fine. He didn't get suspended, nothing. So
I
it's
agree.
pretty infuriating that the NFL just keeps showing us ways where they still don't support
Racism? They're being racist in certain ways.
basically. October, the roommate show finally came out.
Yes, finally, the roommate show. Navel Vada. No, I know I said it wrong. I know I said it wrong, but New Valley Nada.
Yes. Thank you very much for the reception. Then Squid Game came out, number one show.
Wait, which one? The Netflix version or the Mr. Beast version?
the Netflix version.
Yeah, which one was the better version?
Great show. Check it out. Although probably already fucking checked it out, so who gives a shit?
Everyone's probably watched Squid Game at this point.
Yeah.
For the most part, so.
I got first place on Duolingo. Haven't been able to do it again. Probably will never do it.
Duo. Yeah, I haven't really used Duolingo, so I don't know on that one. I know what Duolingo is, but I've never really used it.
Yeah, it's the dating app. Oh, actually, that's Tinder.
So what have I been translating on Tinder then this whole time?
Facebook down happened. Remember that day where Facebook just crashed out on everybody?
No, I don't remember that, but I do remember the day Roblox went down.
That was the following thing. Roblox crashed for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's really the worst.
And as Emilio mentioned, even in that episode from like over a month ago now, someone was probably fired for that.
Yep.
It probably lost their job. Because Roblox is still pretty big for some reason, but it's big.
It's epic. No, but like for real, the Facebook down was seriously probably one of the biggest moments that, hey, maybe we shouldn't give this corporation so much power over our lives, because so many people run their entire businesses on all of Facebook's platforms. So like, and Facebook wants to be the platform where we do everything. And this was one of those moments where it was pretty obvious to everybody that should never happen. And then they changed their name to Meta for some reason. But whatever.
Yeah, true. The company changed its name to Meta. I will say this too, for Facebook being down, and maybe finally gave the youth of today a chance outside of Fortnite to read a book. So that was very epic. Oh, we didn't even mention the Martin Luther King thing.
phone bad, book good.
Yeah, Fortnite added Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, so that was lovely. I don't know if that was October or
no, because that was before the guys
November?
Deported. I think it was August actually.
No, you're right. Yeah, it was before the break. So yeah, like August, September,
November. Like I finally returned to school. Well, technically, I had never gone to that school because I started getting my degree through the pandemic, so all of my classes up till that point had been via Microsoft Teams. But I finally got to go to school.
That's great, buddy.
I went wearing a suit because it was for a meme.
Yeah. Did you steal that one too?
No, I never steal.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not like you. I only like to steal smiles from people.
You get frowns on this podcast, so there's no smiles to be given to you.
Yeah, I finally returned. Most of my classes have been in school, which is kind of cool. I'm happy that I get to go at least, even if it's just once a week.
All right, Thanksgiving happened. It was a great celebration with my family.
What the fuck is Thanksgiving? Who gives fake holiday?
I like Thanksgiving. The holiday itself, whatever.
It's not a true epic holiday like National Co-host Day.
Well, okay, that one was admittedly pretty good. But I just like it as a time to spend time with my family. Like in all honesty, like that's what I like most about it. Also, Eternals came out in November, so that was a great epic achievement too.
December, but my team lost the final.
That's probably the best news of the year.
I mean, the team that won hadn't won a championship in 70 years.
It was not that bad then in retrospect, to be honest. I mean, like, in all seriousness.
That means that the last time that they won a championship, color TV did not exist.
No, jeez.
A man had never been on the moon the last time they won.
Imagine someone who was like 10 years old when that team was formed, and they just kept seeing him lose for 70 years. And then when he's like 80 years old, when he finally sees him won, he's like, finally, I can go in peace. The team won.
There's a lot of videos of like older people crying of like finally watching them win it again.
You're like lifelong fans of it. Finally, they finally did it. So it's a small sacrifice, Emilio. I know you wanted your team to win, but to be fair, it's still a pretty epic achievement, for the other team as well.
Yeah, I mean, in that city, they share. They used to share stadiums with one of the biggest teams here. So before this, that team only had won the championship once in the 1950s, and the other team has won it 12 times, right?
Ah, gotcha.
So the other team would often joke that whenever this team won the league, they would give out free shit in restaurants. So like sandwich shops said they would give free sandwiches the day that these guys won the league.
Give it like free kisses in celebration or something.
Yeah.
I don't mean Hershey's.
Hell yeah. So when this happened, there were lines outside these businesses waiting for free shit. Also, I went to do my German exam. Finally got certified. It was really rough, and I honestly don't think I passed.
Oh shit! A language Emilio doesn't know. Wow.
I feel like I really threw, and I mean, I feel like the first part was the speaking exam, and I thought I did really good, but then I was talking with other people outside, and apparently I used a word a lot that I shouldn't have used because it's like a level under the level I have or I'm supposed to have. So I don't know. And at the end in the writing portion, I just kind of didn't care anymore. So I was just like, they gave you a topic and you're supposed to give your opinion and write an essay about it. And I thought, oh, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be a little shit about it. I'm going to be anti whatever it is they tell me I have to be pro. So it was about, what do you think about concerts? And I was like, oh my God, concerts fucking suck. I'd rather listen to that shit on Spotify.
Oh my God. Just like this show.
Yeah. Which leaves me to my next thing. Anchor crashed.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, well, that's right.
Technically, Anchor didn't crash. Amazon Web Services, where Anchor keeps their servers, crashed. So we couldn't access.
It didn't work to the point where the episode could not be uploaded. It was the first time in Trash Talk history, official Trash Talk history, I should say, that the video went up before the episode did on the audio platforms, which ironically, that video is no longer up.
Yeah, so, we had to restore the balance in the universe.
That's true. That was a good point. Oh, and I guess, do you have any more things for December, Emilio?
No.
Okay.
So thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember
okay. I have one major thing that I wanted to discuss here that was censored at the beginning of the episode. So yesterday, at the time we're doing this podcast, I actually graduated from my college university.
After wearing a Flash t-shirt?
I actually didn't wear this shirt when I went there. I went completely nude, and they did not give a shit as long as I was wearing a mask. No, that didn't happen. No, it was a great achievement. It was a lot of fun. I worked my ass off and went through a lot of shit to get to that point for that achievement, and I'm very proud that I was able to do so. So I got my bachelor's degree.
It's a celebration.
4 years. Yeah, why would you use that song? No.
Congratulations.
I rather would have had the Take On Me play. That's my favorite song.
Oh, Pitbull.
I like that. Yeah, it's Pitbull. No, and I'm very proud of the accomplishment. I graduated the other day. My best friends came out and saw it. My family came out and saw it, and it was a fantastic experience. It was completely different from my high school graduation. There was no prep for it whatsoever. We showed up. They put us into groups. We wore our cap and gown and whatnot. They let us They let us backstage through the gym in the university, and we were in like the big assembly hall that was in the gym. And we went up the stairs. We all sat down. We heard the announcements and whatnot from everyone who had crowning achievements and whatnot as well from like other organizations they're a part of. And then one by one, we all went up there and got our diploma. And I couldn't see my friends or family, but I knew they were there. And I got a message in the middle of it after I got my diploma, and I sat back down. Lo and behold, I get a message in the middle of it, and I see a video. I'm like, oh shit, they shot an 11-second video of me getting my diploma, which was really nice. But all in all, yes, guys, I graduated college. It's not the end of my education journey. I still have a year-long program to do yet that I'm doing next May. But I'm very proud I graduated. So that happened.
Were you doing a master's degree?
Yeah, actually, that's what I'm going for next. Like, no joke. Like, at the end of May, that's what I'm going for next, called an MAT. At the end of it, I'll have a master's degree and a teaching certification, which means Schools of America.
No.
I'll be certified in teaching you. So.
Oh, man. Which class are you going to give?
History class, high school level, presumably. More higher level history, at least to start off.
Dude, that's the demographic of this podcast. The kids are going to, like, recognize you immediately.
I have to change my name then when I go into the classrooms. Instead of being called Mr. Bittner, should I be called Mr. Jimenez?
Like, oh, this is the other guy.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna know which one of us is the preferred like host of the podcast, because if I say Mr. Jimenez and they start throwing stuff at me, I'm gonna know Mr. That one's out. Let's go back to Mr. Bittner. So either I'm gonna have more stuff thrown at me and death threats, or they're gonna love me. I don't know. We'll find out.
That's pretty cool, dude, that you're finally out of school.
Why, thank you. Well, I'm out of school for now. For a little bit anyway. At least until later on.
That's pretty epic.
Why,
I still have 2 years, so I still have time.
But yes.
So what do we do now?
So we have 2 bits left that we talked about. We can either do the skit now, or we can either do the play, or we can do the reflection for the season, for the show.
Nah, screw that. Let's do the play.
Yeah, we're still gonna do the reflection though. That'd be some good talking points for that too. Plus, it'll extend the length of the episode.
Hell yeah, it's just 42 minutes up till this point, so we better stretch this shit out.
There we go. See? Good idea. All right, so this year, Emilio's doing the characters, and I am doing the location. I basically have the location down already, but I want to hear the characters first, because the setting helps make the characters, and the characters help make the setting.
So, pick a number between 1 and 100.
50.
So the next topic we have on the list is...
We're going with the list.
No, just kidding. 50,
okay, I was going to say.
Your character is Captain America, and I will be Frosty the Snowman.
This isn't Captain America. Shit.
So Frosty the Snowman and Captain America, where are they headed?
Oh my gosh. It would have been more appropriate if I would have been the Winter Soldier and you would have been Frosty the Snowman. Gosh damn it. All right, and the setting for these two is a dark alleyway.
And action. Oh man, it is I, Frosty the Snowman. As you guys know, after I was created, I couldn't find a job because I don't have a social security number. So now I live a life of crime, selling drugs in dark alleyways.
Why? Hello, Frosty the Snowman.
Oh my god. It's Captain America.
There. Halt there, Frosty the Snowman, a winter-esque icon. Did I hear that inner monologue correctly? You're selling drugs? First of all, I have two major issues with you that I'm going to bring you in for. One, selling drugs is not okay. Two, your penis, your carrot penis, is on your face instead of on your crotch. What the hell are you doing, pervert?
Of course you wouldn't understand. You're an icon thanks to Disney. But everybody forgot me now. And thanks to global warming, I don't have time for this.
But you know
I have to put food on the table.
Dude, I might be an icon, but they don't film in strip clubs. So my image may be tarnished behind the scenes. But the public still thinks I'm cool. So here's what's going to happen here, Frosty. Frosty asshole. Here's what we're going to do. Either you're going to come in willingly, and I'm going to turn you in and be the major hero everyone thinks I am, or maybe we could have another arrangement, and your kids can still get some sweet moolah in the bank, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
I don't know, Captain. How much money are you willing to offer?
I know your rate's probably steady, but I was thinking, what do you usually charge there, Snowman?
Ding, ding, ding. Suddenly, Frosty the Snowman's alarm clock rang, and he woke up from the dream. That had never happened. Oh my god. I had the Captain America dream again. He's just so perfect.
Captain America wraps arm around Frosty in the same bed. Yep, it was a good dream for me too, Frosty. Good dream for us both.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh my god. A dream within a dream. Not this again. And scene. Wow.
That was great. Only the Trash Talk boys can have a scenario with Captain America and Frosty.
But it was all a dream within a dream.
True. Oh, man. So that's where Frosty goes every year. When he says he's coming back again someday, we know where he goes now. Good thing we have our backup. Well, not our backup. We have the podcast reflection.
I mean, I thought we were going to reflect on the year in general.
I was thinking for like the podcast. I mean, the year in general, yeah, but considering what we do here, I was more so thinking like the podcast specifically too. Because a lot's happened with the show and with us, honestly, as the season has gone on. I mean, right. I wanted to ask you this question too, like reflecting back, because we made over 20 episodes this season.
24.
Which episode do you 24? Which episode do you think was the best one we did, and which one was the worst one that we ended up doing? Because the best one, I have a few like that were really fun to make.
I really like the summer romance one.
Yeah, the prom one was really good. I really like that one. The Olympic one was really good. Really enjoyed
Maybe
that
my
one.
least favorite episode was I mean, the last one wasn't pretty interesting, I think.
Yeah.
The video games one, I think it was funny when I said FIFA was my favorite game or something.
I mean, reflecting back on it, like the video game, I enjoyed doing it because I love video games. I know Emilio's not as into it, and that was evident throughout the episode.
Getting laid.
Yeah, getting laid instead of playing it. You know what? I'll take games over getting laid right now. That's where all my Tinder contacts just go away.
We both started crying.
Dude, let's stop the show for a second. I need a moment. Okay, everyone, we're back. I had a long cry there. It was about like 3 hours. Ignore the redness in my eyes and the disheveled hair. No, but like the video games one, I thought was all right. The one criticism I have of that episode was a joke I made, reflecting on it, that I kind of regret doing now, looking back on it. I don't know if you remember that particular bit.
I think I do.
I
don't remember it being. Oh yeah,
the uncle joke. Yeah, I didn't. Looking back on it, that I don't really make jokes like that, and it randomly came up. And looking back, it was kind of. Well, I could tell though when I made it. I know like you're not a fan of that kind of humor and whatnot, and I could tell when I made the joke like right afterwards that it didn't exactly land. So I kind of regret making that one for that episode. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
But what was your favorite episode?
Favorite episode though that we've done this season? I'd say out of all the one I think that was the most funny, like I'm talking like humor wise, all the episodes I think have their funny moments, But I think the one that had the best humor and the most amount of actual laughs was the prom episode. Like
Yeah.
the prom episode was, I think, like the best one for that. It had the right blend of like personal stories and discussion and a bunch of just random shit that was actually funny. So
I like also
I,
the Olympic bed one.
yeah, the Olympic one was another good one too that we had there. I like that
A
one.
lot of
The
people like that one.
masturbation
Yeah.
team. It's some of the other episodes that I'm thinking back on, like some of the early episodes feel like they just didn't really land
People
very
really
well.
like Russian Doctor. I don't know
Russian
why.
Doctor was good, but the other ones though, like even the third episode we was like talked about TDS. I don't know. I
Oh
didn't.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that one landed that well necessarily.
I don't even know what episode that is.
That was episode 3. It was
Oh.
the Gabriel brothers one.
Oh well, that anecdote is funny.
Yeah, no, that bit was good, but like the TDS stuff was kind of like at the end, like, yeah, he fucked up. All right, what else do we talk about from here? And that was that was about it. I mean,
That's your least favorite episode?
I wouldn't know. That's not my least favorite episode. Even the video game one's not my least favorite one because we still had some great discussion about games and stuff in there. Again, despite the dynamic, like Amelia knows more about films, I know more about games, kind of thing. My least favorite one that we did though, it's a hard one. Which one did you say was your least favorite one? Like the worst one we did?
Well, it's not my favorite, and it's also not my least favorite. But the most listened to episode is the top 10 movies one.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That one was a good episode.
I think it's fine. I just don't understand why people liked it so much.
Because of my running theory on it. Maybe you guys send a voice memo and you might be able to confirm this. Is it because we talked about movies?
Or is it because we always reference the Now You See Me thing in every episode?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the Now You See Me thing became a running gag for this season too.
Happened.
Oh yes, it did. My least favorite one was the one where Amelia did it by himself. That one wasn't very interesting. No, that was a good episode though. I actually enjoyed hearing Amelia's points in that one. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my least. I don't know if I don't hate any of the episodes we've done.
Episode 2 of Nip, the other podcast I did this year.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. I'm going to say this. All the episodes, there's some episodes there's none I outright hate. There's some I like better than others, but none of the episodes were, I don't think, like bad, quote unquote, completely or anything. Like, Emilio, your podcast that you did with your sister, what happened with that? You made 6 episodes and then stopped.
It's dead. I don't know.
I mean, I know it's dead, but so I'm not the only one on Trash Talk then with a dead podcast.
Well, I don't know. We haven't found the time, and like we kind of thought it was funny at the beginning, but now we just kind of don't care.
You're kind of over the idea of doing it now. I was like, well, we can't all be Trash Talk, so
yeah, I think like this too. Last season have helped me like kind of regain interest for this show, because definitely like season 2 and 3 are like really bad. Well, just season 2 is kind of like the worst season easily.
Yeah, because we had the least amount of episodes, the most inconsistencies with it. Season 1 in a way too was kind of, it wasn't awful or anything, but it didn't have the same punch, so to speak.
Yeah.
Season 3 though, season 3 was, I think, overall pretty good.
I think like season 1 had a theme that was supposed to be always in each episode a new guest, which later I would find out that is pretty hard.
Yeah. So eventually, that fateful day, Emilio asked me to come on the podcast about going on 5 years ago now, and this show has been the thing you know it as today. Fast forwarding almost 5 years.
And season 2 definitely had an identity issue and a consistency issue mainly.
It was like how many reboots during that time frame that we did of the show. Oh my gosh. Plus it has, again, the worst episode we probably have ever done. And that one, that was like the Bahama one, like the time zone episode. That one was probably that's the worst one we tried to do a few years ago.
Season 3 has a lot of good moments.
Yeah, had some good episodes. I think more so like toward the end, like the back half of season 3. Like the grandfather episode, the time travel one.
Vasectomy episode.
The vasectomy episode, the most infamous episode in Trash Talk history. still to this day, probably the most infamous episode.
Yeah, and this season I think we made it work. It was definitely a crazy year for me. I was
Yeah, I mean,
very
same here. A lot of
busy.
transitions, a lot of changes.
Yeah,
But
but we kept it alive, and I'm glad that we're gonna take it away from YouTube.
yeah,
Just because it'll give me more opportunity because I edit this show, so it'll give me more time to make a better product for you guys on Spotify. I really wanted to do like the video versions because most of the podcasts I listen to at least have video version, but I
yeah.
just saw that kind of doesn't work. So
No, because the video version of this show doesn't get watched. If you guys actually look on like Emilio's second channel, Smelly Cheese B, listen,
the
for
boss
example, we
official.
talked. Yeah, the boss official gets more views. Thank you. But even when I'm not uploading, I will say this: the video version of the podcast on Emilio's second channel, again, Smelly Cheese B, when you compare it to the numbers that we've discussed here and there on the show in the past, the numbers here far exceed anything on YouTube consistently. Some videos only have like a few views. The one episode I think that has the most views is the Olympic episode with like 70 some views. And that's because probably it was released around the time the Olympics came out. So
Also
I think that was probably
sex
why.
in it.
Yeah, probably that too. Sex and Olympics. You can't, two of the best things in existence. You can't beat that.
Also, YouTube banned one of the episodes, so I just don't want to risk
That kind
it.
of put
yeah.
It kind of put a dampener on like the episode too. It's kind of like, do we really want to risk putting up any more? Because I have a feeling, for as much as Emilio jokes about his second channel getting banned, I have a feeling you don't actually want that channel getting banned.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So yeah, that's the podcast reflection. What do you have any reflection on the year in general?
The year, I mean, it was a good year all in all, but for my life, I mean, most of the stuff that I ended up doing outside of a few key events like my graduation and whatnot, I spent a lot of time at home, spent time with my family, my friends. I focused a lot. This year was very school focused for me because it was my last actual year of school before I graduated. And that's what a lot of my time was dedicated to. That, and I work a job too. So, but like that and playing video games and collecting is a big passion of mine. I did a lot of that, hung out with friends and family where I could, worked a majority as well of that time. But school was the big thing because I knew once I had a certain number of credits that I had left, like around this time, I was going to graduate, which again, I did yesterday. So it was a lot of work. It was a lot of intensive. There was a lot of good moments throughout the year, a lot of good things that happened. There's some pretty sad things that happened this year for me in my personal life too, that I'll miss certain people, but I'll say this: all in all, the year overall was good. I enjoyed a lot of it, and in the end, I ended up having some great accomplishments. And even this show was consistent throughout all of that, and that says a lot when it comes to two people from two different countries doing a podcast together. So I feel like that says something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been wanting to give this sort of reflection. I filmed it twice. I was gonna post it on my main channel, but I kind of pussied out. So hopefully I don't cut it out here.
Yeah. What a shock. No, go ahead, buddy.
Wow, dude, you're gonna look like a real dick after I say.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I hope he cuts it out now. Doesn't look like an asshole.
So I think 2021 was definitely an opportunity for everybody to kind of reflect on like the trauma of 2020. I think it won't make any difference now because 2022 is about to be year 3 of the pandemic. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers and everybody who won't get vaccinated. But I personally reflected on a bunch of stuff that didn't happen in the pandemic, but like were kind of traumatic experiences. I don't want to discuss them. I'm not ready to discuss them on YouTube, but I finally talked about it, at least in my real life. And another thing I think was also like something that was pretty apparent because I make YouTube videos and it's we talked about it, the weight loss. We talked about it on the show.
That was a big thing too. Continued on from last year.
Yeah. I don't know. I like I'm comfortable with the way I look. Like definitely like acne definitely went down. Like I lost a lot of weight. But I don't know. It's weird because like I still feel kind of guilty. Gotta talk about fat phobia for a minute. So if you don't want to listen to that, skip to the time code in the description. I gotta remember to put that in. Or if I cut this entire thing out, I don't have to put anything.
Exactly.
But like, I did do it for health reasons. We talked about it in the Russian doctor episode. But I definitely did it just because I heard like a bunch of shitty comments about like my weight, and I didn't even gain that much, but it still like really affected me. I think like fat phobia is a huge issue, and it's definitely completely undermined. I know I definitely had some pretty stupid opinions about it, and I had to learn the hard way. But yeah, I'm just I don't know. I feel like I didn't do it for the right reasons, and shitty opinions I might have had. I think I still watch some older videos, and I make like shitty comments and shitty jokes. But hey, at that moment I didn't understand why it was like offensive. Now I do, and definitely moving forward, with my content, I will not try to perpetuate those sort of ideas. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get it out of my chest because it's been bothering me for a while. It's kind of hard to talk about because I feel like every time I want to talk about sort of my body image issues, I sound like a huge bitch. but it's really hard to focus because like, oh my god, my co-host is so fucking hot, and like
it's like he's lost so much weight. I want to get in there, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Now we're back to the memes.
Now we're going back to the memes. I just kind of want to talk about that. No, I don't think I will. I mean, I didn't want to put it in sort of like the main channel just because.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of out of place to just kind of trauma dump there where I usually just do memes there and.
True. Well, once you do the more in-depth Now You See Me 2 review, that'll be great.
But yeah, that's it. Ryan, do you have any predictions for 2022?
2022. I feel like we're gonna get a hold of an animator at some point during Trash Talk Season 5, and we're gonna actually have someone animate parts of these episodes in an anime style or cartoon art style in general.
Are you gonna pay for it?
I mean, yeah, I hope so. I mean, the show has a big budget, guys. I'm really hoping they animate the furry urinal scene. We talked about taking a shit in a urinal from the Olympic episode. I really hope they animate that one. I would love to see what Amelia looks like in a fursuit and myself. So that would be epic. Hope they do that.
My predictions are 1,000 subs.
1,000 subs.
And Mexico wins the World Cup.
My predictions for I'm not going to make any predictions about my life because I don't know, but I will make a prediction for the podcast. I predict that the podcast will still be successful. We'll have some great content, great episodes, and maybe we'll finally get a damn voice memo from you guys. Maybe.
So it is time, brothers, for the reveal of the new Trash Talk logo.
And you might want to check it out, guys, because if you don't want to wait until Season 5 starts, watch the video version. The last video version, presumably, if this is going on YouTube. The last video version.
Here you
there
go.
We go. The anime art style. Oh my gosh. Emilio,
can you give some context?
Yeah, Emilio asked. Yeah, for those of you wondering why, Emilio looks like again a young anime protagonist, and I look like a 40-year-old man.
That's what we look in real life.
Yeah, no. If you they don't. Well, shit, that's right. No one watches the video, so they don't know. No. So Emilio asked me to, since Emilio picked the theme for season 4 for the what the podcast like title card would look like. He asked me to choose the theme for this one. So we went with the anime art style. And let me tell you, it's good artwork. However, I look far older than what I actually am in real life. Emilio basically doubled my age with this picture.
I think you look fine.
Yeah, I look hot though. I'll tell you that. I mean,
It looks exactly like you.
yeah, I don't know which. Honestly, if this was like an episode of like The Bachelorette and I had to choose between these two guys, I don't know. They both look pretty good. I don't know which one I'd go with. I'd
So
date both of them.
right now I'm sharing my screen and we have the comparison between the old logo and the new one. And you know, big leap, I would say.
Yeah, it's a big leap in production. Look at the difference between the two of them. Like, which one looks more professional and well done? I mean, I probably the one on the left, to be honest.
I mean, I think the first one looks nice. Like it was definitely the theme I was going for.
Yeah.
Also, like the season 4 logo is when I just started to use the drawing tablet, so you
True.
can see sort of some mistakes I have there. And then
Yeah,
this
like,
new one is a bit,
chopped off.
and this one I have a little bit more experience, right? In the new one.
Yeah, you can tell you did a good job though. Like you were going with like the 2000s like cartoon aesthetic for like the old logo, and you have that with it. When you mentioned to me the theme, I was like, yeah, I could see that with that. Whereas the other one looks like something straight out of an actual anime. I mean, they look they're hot. I'll say that. I like it.
So
I'm
yeah,
getting pretty excited.
you versus the guy she told you not to worry about.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like they're both pretty sexy. Again, I don't know which one I'd go for, but that 40-year-old, that mustache, that hair, those eyes.
At the end of last season, we gave resolutions, and Ryan died. Do you have any
Well,
resolutions before
well,
you die again?
I'm not dying this year again.
Oh,
We'll shut off. We'll deactivate this show until we come back. So my resolution for this year is, I don't know, actually. The resolution that I set out to do, like when we said it last year, was to like appreciate my friends and family, play games, which I've done a lot of too, and accomplish things that I wanted to, which I have recently. Probably the same kind of resolution again. Accomplish what I can throughout the year. That's great because I'm starting a big program coming up here in like 5 months. Play games and because that's my major passion. Play a bunch of games, both ones that I've never played and I haven't played. Spend a lot of time with my friends and family and evolve myself as a person and just be the best person I can be. That's about all I can really say for resolutions. Basically kind of the same stuff, just slightly different.
last year, I said I would move out. So hopefully this year.
Yeah, hopefully this year he'll move out.
I have to beat Ryan.
Yeah, his real resolution is he's going to shave his head to be
No,
the boss
I've already
one day.
done that.
He's going to do it for my birthday, actually. I'm going to get a picture from here in a few days and be like, dude, happy birthday. Here's
Happy
your
Ryan's
birthday.
Day.
Yeah.
Well, let's just sign it.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I wish I could be there. I would sign it for you if I could.
This is actually a toupee. I'm actually 50 and I lost out my hair. But
I call this look.
I'll show you guys in the video next season. Next season video, you'll see me.
Oh, yeah, the next
I will
season
stop
video,
using
yeah.
the toupee.
Yeah, okay. Great. Yeah, the video everyone's going to see.
Since the end of the year, not going to plug anything. Except the latest episode of Lost in Translation.
Yes,
the
that was the
annual competition. Will Ryan finally win it? Or will Cole defend his championship?
Yeah. I won't spoil the actual outcome of the episode, but it's a fun one. I had fun filming it, but when you guys watch it, you'll know what really happens. I'm not going to say anything, but you'll know what actually happened and not bullshit from certain individuals.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
Have a good year. We'll see you in February.
See you in season 5. Have a good one.